The archaeological chamber hummed with anti-grav fields as the Galactic Council's finest xenoarchaeologists worked in reverent silence. At the center of the sterile white room, suspended in a stasis field, floated what every species in known space had been searching for: the helmet of the first destroyer, Cannet, a Jrel scholar whose blue carapace gleamed under the laboratory lights, approached the artifact with trembling antennae. His people had lost 3 colony worlds to the destroyer wars millennia ago. Every hatchling learned of the terror, the unstoppable warrior who had single-handedly turned the tide of the Kraxith invasion, leaving entire armadas as floating debris. "Magnificent," whispered Ambassador Thelnox, her 6 eyes reflecting the helmet's scarred surface. The legends were true. The first destroyer was real. The helmet was brutal in its simplicity, unlike the elegant war helms of the Jrel or the crystalline battle crowns of the Velthari. It was metal, scratched and scorched, with a darkened visor that had witnessed horrors beyond imagination. Ancient scans revealed molecular signatures of at least 40 different species' blood. "We should place it in the Grand Museum," Kanat said, his translator rendering his clicks into standard galactic. A reminder of the warrior who saved us all from extinction. The discovery had taken 17 years and consumed the resources of multiple star systems. The helmet had been found in a drifting derelict near the void's edge, wrapped in preservation fields so advanced that even now, Council scientists couldn't fully understand them. Behind them, the laboratory doors hissed open. "Sorry I'm late," came a cheerful voice. Traffic was murder coming up from Earth. Anna Chen strode into the chamber, her human frame small compared to the assembled delegates. She wore a casual flight jacket and carried a coffee thermos that violated at least 3 contamination protocols. Her black hair was pulled into a messy ponytail, and she looked entirely too relaxed for someone entering the most secure archaeological site in the galaxy. Kanet's antennae stiffened with annoyance. Humans. They'd only joined the Galactic Council 50 years ago, yet they acted like they owned every space station they visited. This one was supposedly some kind of cultural liaison, though Kannet couldn't imagine what human culture had to do with pre-contact artifacts. "Ms. Chen," Ambassador Thelnox said formally, "this is a restricted area. The viewing ceremony isn't scheduled until—" Anna had stopped walking. Her coffee thermos slipped from her fingers and bounced across the floor in the low gravity. Forgotten, she was staring at the helmet with an expression Kanat couldn't quite read. "Oh, hell," Anna said softly. "That's Mom's old helmet." The chamber fell silent. Every translator in the room checked itself, certain of a malfunction. "I'm sorry?" Kanet's voice came out as an incredulous chirp. "Did you just say the first destroyer?" Anna stepped closer to the stasis field, her face pale. "That's what you guys have been calling her." "Oh man, she's going to be so embarrassed when I tell her you made a whole shrine." Thelnox's chromatophores flashed red with indignation. "Human, this is not a matter for jest. The first destroyer lived over 3,000 standard cycles ago. The warrior who wore this helmet saved 17 species from the Kraxith invasion, yeah." Anna nodded, still staring at the helmet. "Mom talks about that sometimes, usually after her 3rd beer. She felt bad about it for years, said she probably used excessive force, but it was her first real combat situation and she panicked." Kanat felt his respiratory spiracles seizing. "That's impossible." Anna finally tore her gaze from the helmet to look at the assembled xenoarchaeologists. Her expression was apologetic. "Look, I know this is awkward, but that's definitely my mom's helmet. See that dent on the left side? That's from when she headbutted a Kraxith dreadnought's hull. And that scoring pattern? That's from atmospheric re-entry. She used to do combat drops without a proper ship because the Corps said it was more cost-effective." "Your mother," Thelnox said slowly, each word heavy with disbelief, "would have to be over 3,000 years old. 3,247, actually. She's really sensitive about looking old, so maybe don't mention it." Anna scratched her head sheepishly. "Humans live a lot longer than we initially told the Council. We didn't want to freak everyone out. Mom's generation, the really early augments, basically don't age. She's retired now mostly, runs a restaurant in New Singapore." Kanet's worldview was crumbling. "The first destroyer runs a restaurant?" "Best dumplings in 3 sectors, Anna said proudly. Then her expression turned worried. "Oh man, she's been looking for this helmet for like 2 centuries. She's going to be so pissed that you guys grabbed it from the derelict." That was her storage unit. Storage unit? Kanet's voice had risen to a pitch that made his translator screech. Yeah, she keeps her old military stuff out there because Dad won't let her fill the garage anymore. There's probably like 4 obsolete warships and a planet cracker in there too. Anna pulled out a communication device. I should call her. She can come pick this up. Where are we? Station 7 Alpha? Absolutely not. Thelnox's entire body had flushed a deep purple. This artifact has been claimed under the Cultural Heritage Act of, yeah, but it's literally her helmet. Anna was already dialing. Mom, hey, it's Anna. Remember that helmet you've been looking for? The one from your Marine days? You're not going to believe this. As Anna chatted casually on her comm device, Kanat looked around at his fellow researchers. 17 years of work. Resources from a dozen worlds. The most significant archaeological discovery in modern history. And it was someone's mom's old helmet. Through Anna's device, Kanat could hear a woman's voice. Warm, slightly exasperated. Utterly ordinary. The first destroyer, he whispered to himself, watching his life's work dissolve into absurdity. Oh, please don't call her that to her face, Anna said, overhearing him. She finds the whole destroyer title really reductive. She prefers first responder. Kanat sat down heavily, his legs no longer able to support him. Humanity, he thought distantly. Of course.